Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I am Dr. Amira Muhammad Ghazali from Discipline of Pharmaceutical Technology, School of Pharmaceutical Sciences, University Science Malaysia. We have 2 hours to discuss on the application of statistical analysis in pharmaceutical formulation or pharmaceutical technology areas. So for this first lecture, we will have a look on the application of statistical analysis in the stability of formulation. So before we continue on this lecture, so there are 3 learning outcomes that are expected of you at the end of this lecture. So the first one is you should be able to indicate the importance of stability of pharmaceutical product. Why? We have to conduct stability studies for pharmaceutical products. Okay. And to indicate the reasons for statistical analysis in stability studies, and you should be able to understand some practical application of statistical analysis in the evaluation of product stability for pharmaceutical formulation. So now, I think it is quite a new thing for you about formulation, stability, particle size, right? Because you will learn more in the coming semester, in second semester, when we will learn about dosage form 1. Okay, in FAR 122 dosage form 1, we will discuss more on formulation and the different type of formulation there are in pharmaceutical application. So for the purpose of this lecture, I will just touch a bit on what is a formulation so that you have some idea, okay, what we will be discussing in this lecture. So basically, a pharmaceutical formulation is a product, okay, that contain one or more active ingredients, the API or active pharmaceutical ingredient, with certain excipients. So what are excipients? Excipients are things that help to form a final medicinal products. As an example, if you are familiar with Panadol suspension or paracetamol suspension that are available in the market, so this paracetamol suspension contain paracetamol as the API. Okay, that is the active drug. In order to formulate this pharmaceutical this paracetamol suspension, we need some excipients or other ingredients that will help to give the product its final appearance. Okay, as an example, because it's a suspension, so we would need to add a suspending agent. Okay, that is one type of excipients. The second one is the flavor. Okay, because for children, of course, we need to add flavor. So maybe there's raspberry syrups. Okay, to help in improving the taste. So okay, to increase the acceptance of the product by the patient. And another type of excipients are also like preservatives, okay, or coloring agents. So those are excipients that may be added into one pharmaceutical formulation. The presence of different ingredients in a product may lead to instability problems because there might be chemical interactions between the different excipients with the active ingredients. So that is why it is very important when we want to formulate a product, we have to check the stability or the possible interactions between one excipient with the other, or between the API with the excipient. So here is the reason why we have to conduct stability study. So what is actually stability? So for the purpose of definition, stability of a pharmaceutical product may be defined as the capability of a particular formulation in a specific container or closure system to remain within its physical, chemical, microbiological, toxicological, protective, and informational specification. So although it seems a bit long, but the important things in this definition is that the pharmaceutical product must remain as it is within the shelf life or within the storage length. Okay, so if the Panadol suspension, as I mentioned earlier on, is claimed to have shelf life or expiry after 2 years. So it has to remain within the physical, meaning the appearance must be the same, the smell must be the same, the pH of the product must be the same, the chemical component, meaning that the active ingredient has to remain the same. Okay, it shouldn't degrade or it shouldn't form into another toxic product. Okay, it has to be free from any microbiological contamination throughout the shelf life. So before we determine what is the shelf life or the expiry of a pharmaceutical product, we have to conduct a stability study to really show that the product is stable throughout the shelf life. And this stability study has to be conducted in the final container enclosure system. So the container, maybe it's a plastic bottle. What type of plastic? PTFE? I don't know. There's different type of plastic. So will the product be stable in the plastic container, or does it need to be stored in a glass bottle? Okay. The closure, can it stand or will it degrade a plastic closure? Or it needs to have maybe metal closure. Okay, so these are all the things that need to be tested in the stability study.